Donald Trump to go to court today for third indictment. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Federal prosecutors have indicted U.S. former President Donald Trump on Tuesday for his role in trying to overturn the 2020 elections, charging him with conspiring to defraud the U.S., conspiring to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiring against rights. A special prosecutor has been investigating Trump's role in the Capitol riot and the effort to deny the results of the 2020 election, which he had lost to President Joe Biden. And despite having lost, the defendant was determined to remain in power, the indictment says, highlighting that Trump knew his claims about having won the election were false and nonetheless proceeded in his efforts to deny the will of the American people. The indictment notes that even in the wake of the January 6 Capitol riot, Trump continued to pressure Congress people to overturn the election. He is indicted with 6 other co-conspirators who were not named, but from other sensible lawmen, we were able to sniff out 5 of them. So the number 1 is Rudy Giuliani, the former New York liar mayor. Number 2, John Eastman, a pretend to be idiot attorney. Number 3, Sidney Powell, a total cuckoo. And number 4, Jeffrey Clark, the one who volunteered to take over the DOJ and overturn the election. And number 5, Kenneth Chesebro. Not sure who number 6 is, but all indicted are all so-called liars, not even good lawyers. Trump is expected to face the judge today in court. Meanwhile, more indictment is coming from Atlanta. Fani Willis, the Atlanta area district attorney investigating Trump, and the local sheriff have received dozens of threats in recent months, the sheriff said on Tuesday. Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt discussed the threats at a news conference where he proclaimed his department is ready for any protester if Trump is indicted for trying to overturn the result of the 2020 election in Georgia. The threats have been many, Labatt said. They started via email, then text messages, and then personal phone calls. But he said it comes with a job and he already have a mugshot for Trump. So that indictment is probably due later this month. 2 persons, including a woman, are in custody following the seizure of a homemade firearm on Martinique Drive retreat in St. Thomas on Sunday, July 30. Reports from the Morant Bay Police are that about 6:15 p.m., a team of officers conducted an operation in the area where one premises was searched and the imitation firearm and one 12-gauge cartridge were found. Both occupants were arrested, however, their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Meanwhile, law enforcers from the St. Catharines South Police Division arrested a wanted man during an operation in Bamboo Ridge, Barton's district in the parish on Saturday, July 29. A firearm was also reportedly found in his possession. Reports from the Old Harbor Police are that about 10:40 p.m., a motor vehicle was stopped in the area and the suspect alighted from the vehicle and surrendered without incident. He was searched and a 9mm Glock pistol along with magazine containing 3 9mm rounds of ammunition was reportedly found in his waistband. He was taken into police custody. A 35-year-old sales representative from Jonestown in St. Andrew is now facing 3 charges after reportedly renting his motor vehicle to a suspected murderer. The police have charged Kevin Martin of Nelson Street in Jonestown with murder, accessory before the fact, and accessory after the fact following a June 21 incident on Blake Road in the parish. Reports from the Central Police are that about 12:40 p.m., Martin rented his Honda Fit motorcar to a man who allegedly used the vehicle in the commission of the murder of 25-year-old Stephen Bryan of Malvern Avenue in Kingston. And it's alleged that Martin subsequently repaired the damaged vehicle, including by allegedly covering up bullet holes which the vehicle had received. The police said that as investigation progressed, Martin was arrested on July 22nd and charged. 13 persons were arrested following the seizure of a firearm in Grange Hill District in Westmoreland. Reports from the Savamar Police are that lawmen conducted an operation in the area between 10 p.m. on Saturday, July 29 to 12:45 a.m. on Sunday, July 30. And during a search of the premises, one single-action Browning pistol with 1 magazine affixed containing 8 9mm cartridges was found in a garbage bin in the bathroom. 12 men and a woman were taken into custody pending further investigations. 2 policemen are now in custody pending a full investigation into the alleged abduction and beating of a woman last week, Saturday. The men in custody are a police constable and a district constable. The complainant was reportedly involved in a relationship with a police constable who is 32 years old. According to the police report, the woman and the police constable met on October 2021 and developed an intimate relationship sometime afterwards. On July 22nd, about 8 p.m., the complainant left home and went to stay with a friend off Red Hills Road in St. Andrew as they had plans to visit a beach in Portland the day after. And according to the police report, while at her friend's house, the police constable reportedly called the complainant and asked her where she was, to which she replied that she was at her friend's house. The police constable told the complainant he was coming to see her to verify that she was at her friend's house. The police report said a police constable accompanied by the district constable drove a marked service vehicle to Red Hills Road. The report from initial investigation alleged that the complainant lover grabbed her and forced her into the service vehicle and started beating her, and it is further alleged that he squeezed her neck. They reportedly drove to a dark road in the downtown Kingston area. However, the complainant managed to jump from the service vehicle and ran to the Marine Division base where she made a report. The two suspects were subsequently taken into custody pending further investigations. Meanwhile, detectives assigned to the St. Catharines South Police Division are investigating the murder of four men, including one of the division's most wanted men in Central Village, St. Catherine, on Friday. The deceased are Justin McGregor, otherwise called AK Man, who was at the top of the St. Catherine South Most Wanted list, Mark Ellis, otherwise called Frassity, a man only known as Mento, and a man known as Ottoman. Reports from the Central Police Division are that about 3:30 a.m., gunshots were heard in the area by residents. The bodies of the men were found with multiple gunshot wounds at about 8 in the morning. The police were alerted and the scene was processed. McGregor, who is on the St. Catherine South Police Division's most wanted list, is believed to have been the leader of the Jaggy Jaggy gang. Jamaica Reggae girls have created history after a 0-0 draw with Brazil and move into the knockout round of 16. And with this draw, Brazil are now out and Jamaica and France move on from that group. Jamaica's next big game is on August 8, but the opponent is not yet known. And yesterday we saw Sweden beating Argentina 2-0, South Africa beat Italy 3-2, while France clapped Panama 6-3. And early this morning we had Korea and Germany. They were at 1-1 at press time. And if you ever miss the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.